it's not every day you get to sit down and have lunch with a millionaire. That's the truth. And so whenever I get a second with Carlos Reyes, I say, hey, I want to ask questions. I want to learn more. I want to pick up any bits of knowledge that I can from a man that is so successful in the real estate industry. So Carlos, first of all, I love this restaurant. I've never been here before. What is it called? Wildflower?
Flower Child.
Flower Child.
Yeah.
This is a delicious restaurant in Arizona.
I eat this just about every day.
Super healthy. So
Yeah.
Speaking of what you eat, I noticed that online you've really gone through this sort of self-reflection, transformation. How do you continue with the world feeding you negativity? How do you continue to stay so driven, so focused, so positive? How does a millionaire like you do that?
You have to create your own vortex, right? Create
Okay.
your own vortex. One of my personal development coaches, which by the way, everybody needs a coach. When you hire a coach, right, the primary thing that you're looking to gain from them is knowledge, right? You're trying to take the elevator up, not the stairs.
That's why I'm
right?
talking to you.
Okay, there you go. So I want you to know this. I credit my coaches, every single coach that I've had, I credit them because they gave me the knowledge.
Yes.
Now, what's even more powerful than knowledge, right? The implementation and execution of that knowledge.
Because people can soak it in all day.
Not even the coaches that coach you are living in that truth that they're pouring into you, right? Because
That's true. I give a lot of advice that maybe I don't always follow. But
Okay.
I know it, but I maybe don't follow it.
what do we know, right? What do we know? It's like, how do we address and compartmentalize every single area in our lives, right? Okay, how's my mental health? Okay, boom, right? Let me see where I'm at. Where's my conscious? Where's my subconscious? Where's my emotional intelligence, right? Okay, good. Where's my physique, right? Mind, body, spirit alignment. Where's my body? What am I feeding it every day, right? What's my relationship with food? What's my relationship with my body?
Right.
I am not my body. I'm not my thoughts. I'm not my emotions. I'm not my body. Guess what, bro? When we die,
Yeah,
your body stays down here.
that's right. It's just a vehicle.
You buck wise, the soul in control
Yeah.
will no longer be here,
Right.
but your body will be rotten.
Right.
They'll be rotting right there, right?
Right.
That should tell you right there that it is just a vessel. It's a meat sack. It's a meat sack. But you still got to honor this. You still got to honor this meat sack. You still got to love this meat sack because guess what? We also have to change the relationship with our bodies.
Right.
This is the work every single day that you got to do every single day, right? And we were just talking about energy and,
Yes.
and attachment, right?
Yep.
You cannot be attached to anyone or anything. You just can't. You just can't because when something happens, like if it's something's taken away or you have to remove, it's painful if you're attached, right? Now you should be attached to your wife,
Right. Of course.
and you should be attached to your children.
Yep.
You should be energetically, right,
Yep.
connected to them,
Yep.
right? You should be emotionally connected to them. But outside of that, brother, if you had a great previous position up to right before,
Yeah. Sure.
as of this year or last year,
Yeah. 4 months ago.
I'm sure there was a lot of attachment,
Of course there was.
and then you had to do a lot of detachment.
4 months later, I'm still doing it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How painful is that
There
to have
is-
to detach?
There is some pain in it, you know?
There is.
And I think the pain comes from expectation. Also, you have this
Expectation?
expectation, and then you're like, well, that didn't go the way I thought it was going to go.
Disappointment.
Yeah.
See, because when you attach, right?
Yep.
That's why there's an old saying: set intentions, right, and release all expectation. Set the intention. Man, I really hope we can do some great work
Yeah,
together.
yeah.
But if nothing happens, nothing happens.
That's right.
There's no attachment.
Right.
Right.
I love that.
I believe that attachments and expectations go hand in hand.
Yes.
And what happens is when you attach and you expect,
Yeah.
then you get disappointed.
Right.
Back to what we were saying about epigenetics and
Yeah.
the way that, everybody, like even the word that you said, I'm sitting here talking to a millionaire, right? And which is a great thing and I'm saying this as content.
Yeah.
It's a label. But what people always think is like, man, the money made him a millionaire. No. The money didn't make me a millionaire. Everything I'm talking about right now is what made me a multimillionaire.
Wow.
Because guess what? You can become a multimillionaire just like people can win the lottery. But what happens within the first 3 years of a person winning the lottery? What happens?
They usually lose it, and then they always have dysfunction with family and friends.
It leads to what? It leads to other symptoms,
Yes, yes,
alcoholism,
Yep.
drug abuse, whatever,
Habits.
right?
Yeah.
Money can only get you so far.
Right.
And I became a multi-millionaire on pride and ego. Pride and ego got me from my painful reality, poverty, abandonment, whatever. But my pride and ego, man, I don't care that I'm poor. I can be successful. Pride and ego.
Right.
There's an old saying, what got you here won't get you there.
Right.
So, okay, I got there, I had more than enough money.
Right.
My highest concern in life, which was money,
Right.
it's gone. So now I really have to spend time with myself.
Yes.
Now I'm not hustling and bustling every single day, and I got idle hands, and I'm like, man, all I really had going on for me was my pride and ego. Let's get a little deeper.
Yeah.
Watch this. This is how you know, like, this is the shit, bro. Listen,
Yeah.
I learned all this,
Yeah.
and brother, it would take me like 6 months to even start implementing. But you know what? Praise God,
Yeah.
I implemented,
Yeah.
I executed, and I'm living it now. And this is why I'm now operating in power instead of force. Power versus, you have to read one of my top 3 books of all time. It's
What
called
is it? What is it?
Power versus Force, David Hawkins.
Okay, guys, write that down.
Power versus Force, David Hawkins.
Wow.
Watch this. Man, you prayed over the food. That's not a religious thing.
Right.
That's a gratitude thing. Watch this. Gratitude isn't religious. Gratitude is spiritual.
Thankfulness from your spirit.
It's spiritual, right?
Wow.
Even the things you put in your body.
Yeah.
We were just talking about our relationship with
Yeah.
food, our
Yeah,
relationship
yeah,
with our
yeah.
body. Again, we were talking about compartments, right? Or departments, and compartmentalizing those departments, right? Addressing and improving. They'll never be perfect. No department will ever be perfect. Your mindset will never be perfect.
Right.
Your body will never be perfect.
Right.
But your goal is to improve every single day. Do the work, right?
Right.
So here we go. I pray over my food. Did you know that organic, at an organic place like this, they get their meat, like the grass-fed steak that you ate,
Yeah.
and the grass-fed chicken, the organic chicken you ate. Those animals, they didn't go through an assembly line. You know what happens when you put animals through an assembly line?
What's
They know they're going to get murdered, and I feel it right now.
What's that?
They're frantic. They're scared out of their minds. They know what's coming. They're
And
not
you believe
stupid.
that's when you eat that.
You're eating that energy, bro. You know what happens on a grass fed? They're out in the pasture all day, and they're eating, and they're happy. They don't even know when it's coming.
Wow.
There's no suffering, there's no pain, there's no trauma. Now I'm eating that. Now, you see that?
Yeah.
You see that?
Wow.
And I'm still praying over the food for the animal and the everything that I'm eating.
Yeah.
And guess what, brother? It's a circle of life,
I
right?
believe it.
It's the cycle of life. You ready?
Yep.
The animals eat what?
Grass. The earth.
The plants from the earth.
Yeah.
We eat what?
The animals. Yeah.
We die. Where do we go?
Into the earth. It is. It's a big circle.
And then it feeds what?
It feeds the animal.
It feeds the food of the animals.
Yeah. It's wild.
You see, brother, like that's what it takes for someone to truly. This isn't about money, man. This isn't about money. This is about power, right? This is about power. And when you walk in power, now you can really impact the world.
Let me ask you this, Carlos, because I know your time is very valuable and you're limited here. What is it they can start doing immediately to find more peace, to find more structure, to find the mindset to go further, even though they've never been there before? What's the best piece of advice you could give them? Something they can do right now.
For a realtor out there, I believe that it comes down to several factors. We already talked about the main factor, which is the foundation, which is you. I want everybody to read, before they read David Hawkins, because people aren't ready for that yet.
Okay, all right.
You got to gradually work your way there.
Where do we start?
Read a book called Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker.
Really?
Read that book, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, T. Harv Eker, and then read a book called The Magic of Thinking Big by David Schwartz.
Okay.
And then after we read that, you're going to really understand fully that it's an internal game. It's always an internal game, okay? Watch this. So now when you're like, man, I'm really doing everything in life that I have to be doing with myself. I respect myself. I love myself. I have discipline. I have boundaries. I have standards. Guess what? Now you can go out and rule the world.
Love that.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? It starts with you. And it starts and it ends with you, right? Because you become this person, and I want people to do, like, Okay, you're buck wise right now. You're buck wise. If you were buck wise, I don't know what you were back then. I know the person you are now, which is great. And God willing, I know the person that you're gonna become. But guess what?
That, yeah.
Before you become that person, you have to envision
who that is.
What does Buck 2.0 look like?
Yeah.
What does he feed his mind every day? What kind of books is he reading? How many books a year is he reading? What kind of masterminds is he in? What kind of relationships is Buck attracting? Because in many cases, bro, we attract who we are. So, foundation, that's the first thing that I want, right? Foundation, change your perspective, envision the person you want to become, and start doing everything that you have to do every single day that gets you closer to Buck Wise 2.0. Man, working out, my relationships, what I put in my body, what I put in my head, how I treat my wife, how I treat my children. If I can do it all over again, knowing what I know now, I'm taking the fast track. You know why?
Why is that?
Because I'm going after the things that really matter. Think about it. I'm going after these things so I can operate in power every single day. How do you operate in power? You live a truth every single day. If you live in truth every single day, you're gonna naturally be a very powerful human being. It's what I try to live every day. I'm not perfect, brother. I'm still cleaning up. Like I said, I'm still cleaning up some of my relationships that I attracted at a certain level. Yeah. And man, I get to look at those relationships now from a 30-foot overview. Wow. And I'm like, I couldn't have taken them here. Because you know, the most difficult things to do is to go inward, to go inside out. Right? It's like, man, I really gotta address the abandonment with my mother. Man, I really gotta take care of that. I really got to get to the root and pull that out and deal with it, right? It's feel, deal, heal, right? If I'm going to go back to that dark place in my life, then I'm going to have to feel it. I'm going to feel it. And then I'm going to have to learn how to deal with it. And then the whole goal here is to heal from that, layer by layer by layer by layer, right? Right? So if you don't start to go inward, our exterior worlds is just a reflection of our interior world. Everything we attract, everything we manifest, everything we create, it's just a reflection of what we have going on inside.
Carlos, you always put yourself out there. You're vulnerable. I appreciate you.
Sure. Sure.